The Beatles was a pioneering band that explored a variety of music styles and was loved by everyone. But one unfortunate afternoon changed everything. While tensions were already brewing among the bandmates, one argument with McCartney tipped George Harrison over the edge. Known for practicing transcendental meditation, Harrison thought it best to walk away from the band. Later that day, he sat on his desk to scribble a short diary entry, which at present is considered a momentous note for the Beatles fans. On this afternoon, the four Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, were working on their track Get Back. They were rehearsing at Twickenham Film Studios, where a camera recorded their session. There, the band was visited by Beatles music publisher Dick James, who spoke to Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr about Northern Song's recent purchase of the Lawrence Wright music catalog, per Beatles Bible. Following this, McCartney played several piano tracks for James, including The Long and Winding Road, Let It Be, Maxwell's Silver Hammer, Don't Let Me Down, and I've Got a Feeling. The troupe then worked on Get Back. Post-lunch, however, Harrison walked out of the group, not able to bear the tensions simmering within. Later that day, the quiet Beatle sat on his desk and penned down the diary entry dated January 10th, 1969. The entry recounted Harrison's experiences and events of that day. He wrote, "Got up, went to Twickenham, rehearsed until lunchtime, left the Beatles, went home, and in the evening did King of Few at Trident Studio. Had chips later at Klaus and Christine's, went home." This diary entry was later published in the 2011 book Living in the Material World by Olivia Harrison, the widow of George Harrison's life. No one would have imagined that the iconic foursome would break up within 7 years of releasing their first album. While many trace the breakup of the Beatles to the death of their manager Brian Epstein on August 27, 1967, others say the reason was legal battles, as per history. On the day of Harrison quitting the band, a sound engineer named Glyn Johns was also present in the studio. Later in 2014, Johns went on to describe his recollections of those moments in his autobiography Sound Man, according to They May Be Parted. Johns said, "I have a very clear memory of sitting outside in the bleak surroundings of the soundstage at Twickenham on that cold, gray afternoon," and added, "It is not my place to discuss any detail of what happened, but it is common knowledge that George left the band and was persuaded to return a couple of days later."